Hello, this is the second of two reflections for the second Sunday of Easter, 19th of April, talking about the story of doubting Thomas from John chapter 20. There's an ambiguity about the story because Thomas says, unless I put my fingers in the marks of the nails made in his hands and in his side, I won't believe. And when Jesus appears a week later in the upper room, he concedes to Thomas's rather ghoulish request. But does Thomas actually do it? Because the text doesn't say he does. As soon as Jesus says, here, do this, put your hands in my side, put your fingers in my hands, Thomas just replies, my Lord and my God. And that probably was the original ending to John's Gospel at the end of chapter 20. Just as it began with, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, that Word becoming Jesus Christ in flesh. So it ends with a human being making the greatest affirmation of all, my Lord and my God. Anyway, there's an eerie relevance to this story in our current predicament. The disciples are locked in, isolated, fearful. I imagine the door bolted and the shutters down on the windows. But Jesus' risen life knows no human boundaries or barriers. He appears among them and says again, peace be with you. In the first scene where he does that, he breathes on the disciples, a very strange thing. But for the writer, John, it's like a new act of creation. In the beginning of the Bible, in Genesis chapter 2, God creates Adam from the dust of the earth and then breathes his own life, his own spirit, the word's the same word in Hebrew or in Greek, into Adam to bring him to life. And so Jesus breathing on his disciples is like an act of new creation, making them new to tell his new story to the world. The peace that Jesus brings, and he says that phrase 3 times in our readings, isn't just a calm, everything's all right peace. No, it's a kind of disruptive yet reassuring peace that tells us there is hope beyond death and that life is still filled with promise and possibility. The risen Christ can still come to us into our locked rooms, our fearful lives, bringing his disturbing peace into our isolated existence. May you sense something of that disturbing peace in this time of anxiety, uncertainty and waiting. And I'd like to finish with a short prayer that addresses Jesus himself and refers to this story. Risen Christ, for whom no door is locked, no entrance barred, open the doors of our hearts, that we may seek the good of others and walk the joyful road of sacrifice and peace to the praise of God the Father. Amen. May you know the blessing of the risen Christ, to whom no doors are locked, no entrance barred, this Eastertide. Amen.